Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about modules 14 and 15. That'll bring us right up toward the end of the semester. There's just 2 more modules after these. This week we're going to be dealing with sculpture and then performance art. We also have a discussion board to post in as well on ancient Egypt. That's going to lead us into an ancient Egyptian lecture next week with module 15. We're also going to be talking about Italian Renaissance art, so a couple different cultures going on there. Quiz number 7, and of course journals for each of the modules. I will go ahead and bring us over to the Canvas site, and I'll walk you through everything you need to know for the next 2 weeks. And just like that, here we are on Canvas. Let's delve into module 14 first. The usual suspects up at the very top, our first lecture on sculpture, our study guide, and then the further exploration section just has a couple of videos along with our readings. A video on the lost wax casting method, which is how we create hollow sculpture. This was an invention back during the Bronze Age around 2500 BC. And this really walks you through the various steps of how to do it. And it's really quite a cool process. We also have Beam Drop, which is by Chris Burden. We've seen a lot of his work throughout the semester, and we're going to see more of it in the performance art lecture. But after the 1970s, he kind of switched gears and became a sculptor. So we have readings about three-dimensional media, creating sculpture, and installations. In our second lecture, we have performance art. I've got our lecture, study guide, and further exploration section, which besides the little reading here on conceptual art is that the idea behind the artwork is actually more important than the artwork itself. It's a little bit difficult with performance art. We see a lot of these works and we don't understand them. And this is why. It's because they're conceptual, and it's the idea that is paramount. So make sure to watch Chris Burden's Shoot. Marina Abramovic's work here, and I would suggest jumping around. Do not watch it all the way through. It's like 10-15 minutes long. Just watch a couple of the segments, see what they're doing. This one is definitely important. The artist is present. This is her last major work. This is a section of that. And then this is a work that Marina Abramovic did early in her career. It's being copied by more current contemporary artists. It's a little bizarre, a little out there, but it is performance art. For our journal this week, I'm going to do a fun journal, which is you're going to create a work of origami. I've got a link to a YouTube site. You can use other sites as well. That doesn't matter. But just choose a really interesting animal to then fold a piece of paper with. Please use either blank printer paper or colored paper. That tends to work best. The regular lined notebook paper doesn't look all that great when you make an animal out of it. So please read through the directions here. Make sure to write the initials GWC somewhere on your animal and then take a picture of it. That's what I'm asking you to submit for your journal, along with a couple sentences. Write down the animal that you made and mention how long it took you to create your animal. Was it easy or difficult? And so on. The final thing we have to do for Module 14 is a discussion board. And the discussion board is focused on a lecture we're going to have next week on ancient Egypt. What I'd like you to do is choose your favorite artifact from ancient Egypt. And if you don't have one, you can do a Google image search or go to some museum websites and check those out and see what their holdings are in Egyptian art. And choose one to write about, including why you like it, what is it made from, when and where was it found. You're going to offer a little bit of information about the work. So you can see here, we've got a sculpture of Anubis, and we have all this information here, which is very interesting. So that's basically what I'm looking for. as far as this project goes. There are a couple banned artworks. Do not choose the Pyramids of Giza, the Mask of King Tut, or the Bust of Nefertiti. A lot of students choose those. It's overdone on those, so please choose something other than those three. Once again, you're going to decide on an ancient Egyptian artwork to share, upload an image of the artwork, write a paragraph about it, and comment on one other group member's choice. 25 points for the initial post, 5 for the response. Due date for the post on May 11th, for the response May 18th. Information about uploading an image, but it's really easy. We've done this before. When you're typing in here and you want to add an image underneath, you can just click the button here, upload an image, and you're all set. Once you've pressed enter and it uploads the image, you can then resize the image. That's really important because the discussion boards only allow so much material for imagery. And if you can bring it down to maybe 500 pixels on the largest side, that really helps out the discussion board. Let's go ahead and jump over to Module 15. That's going to be kind of a cultural module. So this module is going to focus on both the cultures of ancient Egypt as well as Italy during the Renaissance. So we've got the information as usual up top. Our first lecture is on Italian Renaissance art. You can do either one of them first, it doesn't matter. Some information on the Italian Renaissance here in the readings. This video drops you into the Arena Chapel. You can zoom in and zoom out of the artworks and kind of turn around as well. If you've never been to St. Peter's Cathedral, it is amazing how large it is and how much art it contains. This is a 20-minute walking tour of that location and well worth it, at least to jump around to some of the different parts. The two important sculptures that we're going to cover in the lectures are Donatello's David from the 1400s, and then of course the iconic David by Michelangelo from the 1500s. David is the patron saint of the city of Florence, so that's why there's a lot of focus on these particular subject matters. And then if you really enjoy the Renaissance time period, this is one of the videos that I would bookmark for after this semester is over. It's called The Medici, Godfathers of the Renaissance. They are the most important family of this time period and of this location. PBS had a 4-part series about, 25 years ago now. It's fantastic, but they're an hour long each, and I just went ahead and uploaded the very first one for you there. So after this, we're going to go over to ancient Egypt. We have our lecture, our study guide, and then the further exploration section. Has a reading on ancient Egypt, an audio link of an NPR program that talks about the possibility of hidden chambers behind the 4 chambers of King Tut's tomb. You can pick and choose whichever ones of these videos you want to watch. The pictorial necklace is very good, as is Akhenaten and his family. The Giza Plateau lets you walk around the pyramids, just like you were on one of the tours, to see the immense size of these objects. Some music videos, both from the Bangles and Steve Martin. A really important video is the mummification process. A fun video is the mummification wrap. An In Search of episode, not very good. It's not one of my favorites. But this one is Graham Hancock's Book of the Dead. It's an hour-long lecture, and it's quite really informative. And then we also have a documentary on the secrets of the pharaohs. There's some advertising at the very beginning, but about 4 minutes in is where the documentary starts. A couple more things we have to talk about for Module 15. One is the quiz. So you have information from sculpture, performance art, Egypt, and Italy. And then we have journal number 14. With journal 14, this is going to be focused on the Last Supper, Make sure you've watched the lecture first. You're going to go ahead and open up this document, which shows not only the Last Supper, how it looks now, but also how it would have looked when Da Vinci had just finished it. A totally different type of painting. It's so amazing how much detail is there. You are to choose 2 topics out of the 8 to answer the questions below the topic. Some of the topics include line, color, light, composition, perspective, and so on. You'll see that there's 2 questions under each of the topics. The third one is optional. Do not answer that one. Again, 2 questions, 2 questions. So 2 topics, answer both of those questions is what you need to do for the journal for Module 15. I will be back shortly to tell you about Module 16 and 17. That will end out the class. And feel free to drop me an email, visit my office hours on Wednesday from 3 to 7, and I hope you have a great week.